Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Cornfries podcast. We would like to quickly apologize for the delay in episodes as we had technical issues with our last recording and were unable to come out with an episode. We are going to have our guest back on. That was Steve's uncle. It was a great episode, so we're going to reshoot it. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, I'm Nickyfries. I'm joined alongside my co-host, Steveozilcho. Say what up, Steve.
What up, my friends, family, and everybody else that's out there?
Yeah, his broken family and his broken home.
Well, my uncle was going to be on, and this will be the third time trying to record that podcast.
Well, this isn't, to be clear, this isn't the episode with your uncle. Our guest today
is work schedules, yeah.
Is fortunately not related to Steve in any way. He's one half of a giant gaming community that is taking over Facebook gaming. I would like to personally introduce our good old friend, Zeno. Wait, how do you say your full name? Is it like Zeno Gears?
Track, right?
Yeah,
Zeno Gears, yeah. Zeno Gears.
Okay, it's Zeno Gears, and he is a part of Unlock's Gaming Network. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Zeno's got that way of spelling where it's like, he puts the 3s instead of E's and and the G's and the 9s. Yeah.
It's as nerdy as it gets.
He's living in 2007, dude,
He's got a code.
So Zeno, we were actually supposed to have you on a couple months ago, right? And you guys had a quick emergency, so obviously you guys left us in the dust, scumbags. Now,
wow, way to just pull the carpet out from under their legs.
No, dude, I'm kidding. Jeez,
yeah, I know,
if Zeno's taking that seriously, then that's not the Zeno I know. Damn, he's mad quiet right now. He's not about it.
He already quit. He's like, I'm done with you.
Yeah. He left us. He left us, guys. Thanks for listening. Yes.
There, Zeno? You didn't die, did you?
Oh shit! Maybe he actually did leave.
Did we lose him?
We might have lost him.
Do we have technical difficulties?
Oh boy.
Oh no. Watch his phone died or something.
It says he's still on.
Yeah, I know. I could see his name and everything. I hope his internet didn't go out or something. It's not good luck. Okay, we good?
Okay, yeah. So, pretty much like what happens every podcast, we had technical issues again. It's always our fault, never the guest's fault.
It's the COVID curse.
Yeah, it really is. Like, this podcast is cursed. We should just name this the Cursed Podcast.
No, I think that's probably already one out there.
Yeah, there probably is, but who cares? Yeah. We'd make ours cooler. So we were saying how how Zeno canceled on us last minute last time.
I know, I'm sorry.
And we were like, oh, he left. We were like, he left the podcast. He's like, fuck this.
He's out.
I called him out. He was gone.
Yeah.
Oh man. What? Oh, sorry. That was weird.
Oh, okay. You just I think you just had a little bit of feedback. We're good.
Yeah, that was weird. Oh my god.
Wait, what happened? Somebody broke something. He's like, peace out, and all of a sudden just silence again. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Zeno was saying something and it just went. Yeah. So Zeno,
hello.
So you are rapidly growing on Facebook, right?
Yeah, it's been a little slower over the last couple of months, I'd say. But yeah, when we first got on there and got off and running, it was a learning curve. And I think once we figured it out and used all the tools that Facebook gives you, our channel got some good discoverability, some new people.
Yeah.
I was going to say, probably with the pandemic, everybody's finally kind of coming out. That's probably why it's slowing down a little bit, I think.
I agree.
Everybody's kind of wanting to get out of the house and they're just tired of being in the house. I know that I haven't done anything with my wife forever, it feels like. I mean, how have you guys been dealing with it in your home life?
That's because you're getting a divorce, Steve, but that's besides the point.
What do you guys do to keep sane on your side?
Well, I just returned to one of my jobs today, so I've been doing that.
Nice.
But mostly, I mean, I've been working on projects. COVID keeps me inside, and when I'm inside, I find shit to do. Either I'm playing video games, streaming, writing. I'm writing scripts.
Nice.
So I'm on Clubhouse now. That's my new obsession.
Cool.
I've been trying to push that on Steve, but Steve's been Zeno. I tried to push it on you the other day too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, eh? Yeah, I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah,
I assume you both have iPhones.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you have to have an iPhone right now.
I have an Android because
Me too.
iPhone is so much better than everybody else.
I got Samsung, bro.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to wait a couple months to get on.
Okay, we'll get it in there. We'll get it in there once everything's not broken.
Yeah,
I just got on TikTok. I'm still figuring everything out.
Oh, dude,
my God,
I can't do TikTok.
is one of those things that you can go down a rabbit hole and forget what you're doing and be like, oh crap, I was supposed to do this,
dude. We've missed every 2 doctor's appointments already because of TikTok.
I hop in bed at 10 p.m. and then I'm on TikTok. Next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. I'm like, oh well.
Wait a minute.
You gotta set an alarm just for TikTok.
My For You page. Let me tell you, that's something that's interesting about people. Look at people's For You pages on TikTok. I'll tell you a lot about it.
Right now, mine's a bunch of Pokemon stuff.
That's good though. Pokemon's rad.
Yeah, I all I've been getting is like openings. I'm like, okay, I've seen all these cards. Let's go to something else now.
Yeah, straight up. I know. It's like Pokemon's done. Next.
Stop.
Mine's comic books, crackheads, and titties.
Yeah, that's all good shit.
Titties.
Dude, I've been watching that comic book man, that show with the guys from Jay and Silent Bob. It's like on Amazon, dude. That show is incredible, dude. It's so good. Like
it's been around for a while too. It's been around.
Speaking of comic books and Jay and Silent Bob, did you see their latest? What is it, Jay and Silent Bob reboot? Did you see that?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny. That was a really funny movie.
There's a new one too. The Recaster or something like that. Or it's got Silent it's got Jay in it.
Okay.
And he's like, he's an actor. No, it's called The Method or something like that. Method of Acting or Acting. Yeah.
Blow your mind that he's sober now?
Yeah, dude, straight up.
He streams on Twitch. He streams on Twitch. I watch him once in a while. He's pretty chill. Really? Yeah, he's actually like the third dude I ever followed on Twitch. I'm not even kidding.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's got like a new movie out now. He's like acting a ton now. Like I've noticed him in a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, Jay Muse,
I've noticed a lot about
Jay Muse.
Sober Up.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to work with him more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, dude, you have a story, I think, right? Like you've seen some shit.
Robert Downey Jr. is fucking comeback player of the year, man. That dude
yeah.
I mean, decade. You mean decade?
Yeah.
I mean, he went from zero to having probably some of the most money based on all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what he said though is his wife is really what got him sober and kept him on the path. Like apparently his wife, like people like that, they need to be like managed. You know what I mean? Like they need to always have something to do. And apparently like I've read interviews and listened to articles. Like I've read interviews and listened to articles. I've read articles and listened to interviews.
You're doing good today. You're doing good.
Yeah, that his wife like always keeps him busy. Like she pretty much manages him. So like micromanages his days and all that. So that's interesting. Like behind every great man is a strong woman. If you're
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's like Conor McGregor too. Conor McGregor said that he was like really, really poor and had no money and was down and out. And yeah, same thing as like his wife like backed him up through everything. He would like go to the gym every day and do like 12, 14 hour like regimes in the gym of like fighting and working out. His wife would like go to work and like make money to pay the rent and stuff like that. While he would just went and fought all day. Now he's like worth like something crazy. I don't know, 100 million or something, 300 million. I don't know.
What was it? It was when Robert Downey Jr. realized he hit bottom is when he could not afford a like burger from like Hardee's or something. And he's like, this is gross. It's like, I can't handle this. I need to sober up.
That's crazy, man.
Dude, there's a movie. There's a movie when he's like 5 years old with his father, because his father was a big time alcoholic as well. And they were making him drink in the movie. Like he was actually drunk. Like he was drinking alcohol. I could find the movie. You could see like a young Robert Downey Jr. like drunk as a skunk.
I just watched one the other day on Tubi. I can't remember what it was, but he's like a teenager. And he's all like, yeah, man. He's like the burnout stoner.
Different taste in clothing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He looked like Pinocchio when he was a kid. He had like a really weird
like that
face.
punk kid. Like,
dude, he had like lipstick on in this movie. They like tried to look like a pretty boy, but he had like literally lipstick on.
Yeah, it was a weird style he had.
It was weird. Yeah,
he had a very feminine look. Back in the day, And he was always, in every movie, he was always like the best friend. You know, like he was like, yeah.
I'm trying to think what that movie was. I know.
There's
one where he was like a teenager and he's like in high school and he's got his buddy is like the main star and he's
That's
like
what I'm talking about.
Comic relief. Yeah, he's kind of like the comic relief guy in the background.
Yeah.
But he looks so much older though for being in high school. Like he looks like he's in his mid-20s and he's got like all his makeup on and everything.
Wait, I gotta find this movie because that's gonna bother me too. Give me 1 second.
A lot of it is he's got the he doesn't have any facial hair either, so he does look younger. But you could tell like probably drugs have aged him.
You're totally right.
Yeah, he's really that old now. I think he's probably in his 40s, isn't he?
Yeah, once the facial hair is huge for him.
He's been around for a while.
Hold on, I'm looking this stuff up. 40s. Oh, he was in Back to School, right? Back to School with Ronnie Dangerfield. That's what I was thinking too. It was Back to School.
Watched that one like 2 weeks ago or something. It's on Tubi or something for free.
That's a funny movie. You know who's also in that movie? Billy Zabka from Cobra Kai.
Robert Downey Jr. is 56 years old.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
That is nuts. I mean, Johnny Depp's only 1 year older than him.
And they both look pretty freaking good for both their ages. Like Johnny Depp doesn't.
I feel like we're at the ages now where like the people we watched growing up are getting old, and now we're starting to realize how old they're getting.
We're going to see these people die.
Yeah,
it's true, man.
People die.
Yeah,
like
it's true, man.
Like when my mom was like, "Oh, Christopher Plummer used to be so handsome," I was like, he's dead."
Yeah.
It's like mom's a grave robber.
Yeah.
That's true, man. You like watch like cartoons or you like watch like commercials and stuff even now that may have been like 10 years old or something. You're like, oh yeah, that dude. And it's like, he's like long gone, right? He's like passed away. And you're like, dude, that guy's like an ample part of like my childhood.
Yeah, like Bob Ross. Bob Ross was huge in my childhood.
Man.
All the goodies die.
Oh, here, I got a funny story. I took my mom to see Steve Miller Band, and opening up for Steve Miller was Peter Frampton, so that's the only way I was able to get my mom to go. She's like, "Oh, I'd love to see Peter Frampton. I saw him when he was young. He's so handsome." Because, you know, Peter Frampton had, like, this great, like, head of hair on his head, like, this long, wavy hair. And she was like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see him." So we go, and Frampton opens up, and barely anyone, like everyone's just kind of moping around because they're just waiting for Steve Miller. There's like the seats aren't filled yet or anything. Frampton comes out, and he's bald. And he's also like 5'5", and my mom's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "That's Peter Frampton now." And she's like, "Oh my god, what happened to him?" I'm like, dude. This is the difference between seeing someone 40 years ago and now.
He still got fans though. That's good news.
Yeah.
Do you remember the episode of South Park where they pull the dude out and he's in a wheelchair and he's singing? I don't know who the guy was supposed to be though, and he was just in a wheelchair.
Oh my god!
And he's supposed to be some old rock star, and he was just in a wheelchair.
South Park is hilarious.
Oh yes, we reference that quite a bit on this show.
It's pretty good.
Steve, your old mixer stream was like your entire theme was South Park based.
Yeah, I had all kinds of like buttons where you could just push South Park buttons, and it would just be somebody saying something stupid.
That's what I miss the most. Mixplay, yeah. Mixplay was amazing.
I haven't messed with anything right now for that. Like, I've been I think I've been streaming once a week, if anything.
Yeah, I've cut down significantly too. I haven't streamed actually in a week, maybe a week and a half.
Yeah,
our new schedule coming up is going to be 2 or 3 days a week, and they're only 3-hour streams. So we'll be streaming like 6 to 9 hours a week.
Yeah, it's like, why burn yourselves out, you know?
We want to do video editing and video stuff. Like, we want to...
YouTube stuff, maybe?
Yeah, like our shit's kind of cheesy as it is. You know, maybe we want to spice things up. We want to make it a bit sharper, you know, a bit more edgier. To get started, you know what I mean? We're like just doing like simple video recordings, chopping them up, doing some editing, put music over top of it, just making it kind of interactive, having some sort of like concept or theme to it. But we better start now than later because we want to get into more video editing in the future.
Yeah, get into a groove. I mean, what do you guys use for like editing software?
I use like VSDC on my computer, and I use like a lot of apps on my phone as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say most of the stuff that I've been using. I have Filmora 9.
Filmora's good. That's Adobe, right? No, what is Filmora?
It's a editing software for It's Wondershare. That's the
Wondershare, yeah.
My
Yeah.
recommendation for people that are new to editing is Sony Vegas. That's really good. It's really solid. I personally use Final Cut Pro, so that's like frowned upon in the editing community because it's like a Mac product. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I mean, if you could get a one-time purchase of freaking photo,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because that's why I like Filmora, because it was a one-time buy. It was only $50, and I was like, "This is perfect for what I do." And I can buy extra stuff if I want to.
Hell yeah.
But I want to point out, Zeno, you and Seaweed, I mean, you guys have your own brands, but you also you combine to create Unlocks Gaming Network, and you guys just push out so much content. Like my entire Instagram
feed,
on
my feed and stuff.
Yeah, every fucking day, like Instagram, Facebook, you guys are everywhere. Like,
hooray!
Like, where do you find the time to do it?
I mean, as long as you don't follow yourself and be like, oh look, it's me again.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is it a good thing? I don't know. Sorry, guys.
I mean,
no,
the
it's
more
definitely
content, the better. I mean, if anything, you're gonna kill them with saturation.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that's something. Yeah, I tried to just because we have like Facebook. See, the thing is, when you go into Instagram and make a post, you can cross post, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you can do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as a Facebook partner, we have the ability to like kind of have a little bit of a farther reach. So you're probably seeing it maybe in different areas that it might not usually be. But that's kind of a good thing. That's like, as a Facebook partner, they actually help you out with some of the ad promotion stuff. So if you're going to run a promotion or something, instead of paying out of your own pocket, they'll sponsor you and give you X amount of time for an ad. So right now, we just did our supporter video yesterday. Actually, it took us about 8 hours to film it all and edit it all. But we'll be using that one as like our next promotional type thing. We'll post that up tomorrow, so you guys will probably start seeing that around.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
is it like how long is the actual video then?
1 minute and 50 seconds, I think.
Okay, and it's kind of like an intro video, or what is it?
Yeah, so when you like again, the partner program is like kind of like check boxes still that you can check off to say like, have you taken care of this to like fully set up your profile type thing. And one of the things was like a supporter video to be like, hey guys, come check out our channel, become a subscriber. Here's the perks. This is what you get. And we actually put it off forever. Like there was a spot there to upload a video, tells you the dimensions and all the parameters around uploading that video. And it needs to be over 720p and blah, blah, blah. And we looked at it and we're like, we just don't know what we're going to do for this, to be honest. And it was just this last weekend that we discussed that, we should probably do something and throw it in there because now Facebook has messaged us and said, hey, you get some promotion again. So we're like, oh, okay, so it's that time again. What video are we going to do? And we didn't really have anything. I'm not going to do like a COD clip thing or something. I want to do something that's actually like an advertisement for the channel. The last ones that we did was the Halloween and the Christmas ones. I do like the voice ads where I do all the voiceover stuff for it. So we did the Halloween one. It was like all evil and everything. That's saying like, come join Unlocks Gaming Network for movie nights. And I did like, and I used Cyberwolf's voice and voice mod and stuff and did it. So, and then the Christmas one, I was Santa Claus. And I was like, oh, welcome to Unlocks Gaming Network. We have lots of fun for kids and whatever, right? And I did this whole thing. And they actually did really well. Both of them ended up getting like over 250,000 views on them. And I think the one had like 3,000 comments on it. So they went viral for the season. So I was like, that's crazy. Now, since then... Yeah, it brings big numbers in too because we ended up having 800 viewers because of that, because it just the algorithm and the way Facebook works, it ended up giving us a lot of spotlight for a while, and then it died right off, and now we're like, oh. But it's given us a chance now to be like, well, that's the kind of content people want to see, where it's voiceovers and animation, and and that's unfortunately not streaming. So we're like, we got to start spreading ourselves across the board a little differently, start doing more video editing, more voiceover work, stuff like that. But we're trying to build our own portfolios too. We live in Vancouver, and maybe when COVID's done, we can start looking at getting some work in the like animation and film industry out here, because Seaweed used to do some background work and did movies and television shows. And with my music and stuff, I kind of met a lot of people in Vancouver. But I want to start doing like cartoon work. I want to do voiceover work for cartoons.
So that goes back to Clubhouse. Like if you eventually get onto Clubhouse, you'll be able to meet a lot of people that are in the industry. There's actually a lot of people in Canada. That's why I recommended it to you guys, because
that's awesome.
It's all industry people. I mean, there's a lot of posers and scammers. You do have to be weary of that. But like
that's everywhere though.
But you you can join a room for just like animators and find talk to voice actors and get
that's really cool, yeah.
get pointed in the right direction.
Well, that's half the battle, right? Is getting to meet these people. Like,
Exactly.
you know, I mean, in a normal life where I was like in my 20s, I might have like gone to like a party or gone to like an event or a work function thing, got invited by a friend, went there, networked a little bit while I was there. But times are different now, and like I haven't gone out forever. And like even if COVID didn't exist, I'm like 36, so me going to clubs and networking and stuff isn't really my thing anymore. I do a lot of that. I do it over the internet, right? Like I do it over chats and groups on internet and stuff like that. So
where do you find the time? Do you and Seaweed, like, that's what I want to ask you. Do you two split like social media time for like posting things?
Yeah, we're like a different kind of relationship over here. When me and Seaweed first, started doing this, I think the channel definitely came second, because it was like, we want to spend time together. So this was like a fun thing for us, right? And just like everything else, when you get right balls deep into it, you want to turn it into a business and all this kind of stuff. So it's evolved now, and the thing is it's fun. Like we still enjoy it, but it's different. Like we both have like full blown schedules in terms of what we need to do for this channel. So Seaweed has like her whole schedule right now for the next 2 weeks about what videos she needs to make, what kind of clips she needs to get, what games she needs to play, and then take those gameplay things, put them in her phone, clip them, and then she sends them to me, and then I edit
Oh,
them, and then I add music over top of it. And so we actually like are a well-oiled machine now, but it's taken us like 3 years to do it though, to get into like the real solid groove where, we're not putting out content sporadically and stuff that doesn't really have a purpose, or you know what I mean? Like it's just like I was in that funk forever. I was like, just post a selfie or something. If you go 2-3 days without posting something, we lose 10 followers. And I like micromanage my numbers for years. I did it when I just got into a bad habit when I was in my band, because I was like a manager of all the music groups I've kind of been in, and felt really heavily responsible for like our social media presence and stuff like that. I even, made our websites and got our websites up and running and all that kind of stuff. So, I watch numbers. Numbers are a huge part of my life. It's like a metric. It also helps me decide if we're doing the right things or not. And unfortunately, the way that the world is now is that Instagram and Facebook and stuff, like we lose followers constantly. It's ridiculous. Like I can't even put a number on it, how many followers we lose on a daily basis. Like we gain 10, we lose 15. You know what I mean? We gain 6, we lose 7. And it's just like, and it's hard to gauge if your content's any good or not, because you post something, you get a good reaction, and you post something and then you get no reaction, right? So I think for me and Seaweed, it's like we just kind of put all that aside now, and that's kind of, what we were saying the other day with the posts that we put on Instagram and stuff like that. It's like, this is kind of our new purpose. We're just going to pump out material at our own speed, and we kind of have that figured out already, and then whatever catches, and whatever doesn't. But we're just going to try to keep putting out better content. That's kind of
saying you guys seem to be like slowing down to polish what you want to enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Like you want to spend more time on it, so hopefully in the long run it gives you more in the back end.
That's kind of how we think, man. Yeah, we're trying to do it longevity-wise. We'd love to both do it full-time, and I think it's twice as much work. Cause
a lot of times, if you just rush something out there, people are just like, oh, you can tell that's rushed,
Yeah,
like, you didn't spend any time on this,
Yeah, we like went out at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was pitch black outside. It's like a ghost town in Vancouver. And we like went up to like some high school and like jumped the fence and everything, and went in there and like took a bunch of photos. And sometimes you see us with like masks on or whatever, with like that kind of purple haze behind it.
Yep.
Those are actually all done at like a high school near Vancouver here at 1 o'clock in the morning. And that's because we were on spring break. We had Easter break and nobody was in school. Kids were all out and everything. And me and Seaweed always go for like late night walks to like kind of get some fresh air and spend some time together away from technology and all the distraction. We like turn our phones off, let's go for a walk. And we ended up at this high school one night and we're like, dude, these lights are sick. Like this is a brand new high school. This is like, looks like an office building. It doesn't even look like a high school. This is pretty cool. So we made a point. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we made a point of like going back there a few days later and doing like a full-blown photo shoot, took cameras and change of clothes and hot chocolate and everything, and took about 2 hours of shooting it all. But that's kind of the mentality that we're in now, is like less time.
And that's what's awesome stream. Is like you have like a partner in life who you not only, like have a relationship with, but you're also doing all these things with the streaming, with the photo shoots, with the Instagram posts. Like you both are supporting each other along the way, and that's super rare to find. Yeah, man, we're pretty lucky. We do fight a lot though too. It's pretty frustrating.
It's every partnership and everything. Though.
Yeah, we just take it so seriously, and then she takes other things seriously that I don't, and vice versa. So trying to be on the same page all the time can be difficult, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like we both, you just take a deep breath and you're like, listen, any progress is better than no progress. So even if we got this done today, but then we didn't get that done, it's something, right? And that's kind of half the battle. That's the way the websites and the apps and everything kind of work anyways. You know what I mean? It's sad, but that's the reality of it. The mathematics behind it all is that you got to keep doing stuff consistently or you immediately disappear. Yep. So it's still a thing. You still have to post every day or every second day or something. And me and Stevie find ourselves sometimes in these lulls where we don't do anything for like a week or 2 weeks or something. And then it's a double-edged sword. Now we're doing ourselves like more harm than any good because the catch-up game is terrible too, right? So I think for both of us, it was like, let's just find a speed we're comfortable with and try to at least do it for a 2-week span and then a month span. And I think we kind of got it now. But yeah, guys, you're right. Like, I'm lucky, but at the same time, like, she'll tell you just as much as I would. Like, it's frustrating as hell.
Yeah, but you guys are in a relationship.
Both of you also have jobs. Like, it's not like, like you said, it's
true.
not like you do this full time. And it seems like it does. Like, if people don't know who you are, like, the assumption is you two are definitely full-time streamers and content creators.
Thanks. Well, that's... that's a bit of a strategy, right?
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
we understand that. Like when we go and do a photo shoot or we go and do we're like, hey, today we're gonna wake up. It's Saturday. We don't have to work our jobs today. We both work Monday to Friday, and we both work in the public school system, right? So we have full-time jobs.
And what's great is there's two of you, so it's half the work technically when you look at it like that. Me, I can't get someone to hold a camera for a video.
Dude, totally. And sometimes we don't either. I have like tripods around here and shit too.
Well, I can't. I'm in New York City, so if I put a tripod up, it's getting jacked. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's the problem.
He's just gonna walk by like, that's mine. That's part of the pawn shop.
Straight up, yeah. Just be on the street.
Dude, you can't put your phone down for 1 second, even if it's a foot from you. That thing is getting
drone. You need a
drone. Your fart if they could.
Shit's gotta fly. Put your phone in the air. Nobody will get that shit.
Get like a zap phone, like you know the ones where you click a button and it zaps the people who has it in their hand.
There you go, like a little taser.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
So,
like Watch Dogs, or is that what? Yeah, what it is? Watch Dogs, yeah.
Yeah, Watch Dogs with the hacking and everything. Yeah.
But then the person will get mad and they'll chuck your phone. It's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose.
It is lose-lose. That's not good. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I think for me and too, the one thing is that we both need to quit our full-time streamers. So we have to. It takes two. You know what I mean? Like for myself, if I was like, hey, I'm gonna like do this full-time, that's one thing. Hopefully, my wife has like a really good job or something. But the thing is Seaweed wants to do this full-time too. So that's gonna be really difficult because that's twice the income exchanging for this life. So I don't know. It may never happen.
And you guys are Microsoft ambassadors? Is that the correct term? Or what is
we were Xbox ambassadors to begin with because Xbox has that awesome program, right? You can go into their website, become an Xbox ambassador. It's like free. You just sign up and then they give you access to like their Discord servers and the website that's available for everybody. So you can kind of hang out. It's a community building is really all it is. There's a bunch of Xbox gamers all coming together. And then if you take on an ambassador role, it's kind of like, it's not mandatory, but it's like, hey, you're an ambassador since you have this role and you take pride in being an Xbox person. Go out and educate other people about Xbox. So you can answer forum questions and get more involved that way and like Q&A type stuff. So me and CB have been doing that for years now. I think we've been doing it for 5 years, I think. So quite a long time.
So Zeno, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does game chat not work half the time? No.
I know, right? Just straight up. I have so many problems with Xbox's interface.
You get like a third person in the party, and it's like, okay, here's the deal. We're cutting
dude, straight up. Oh yeah, all the time. Dude, why did the controllers keep turning off on me half the time? Like, I know there's glitches everywhere.
Yeah. So for the record, they are not tech support. They are here to promote the Xbox brand.
That's right.
But I remember you guys were featured.
I'm an Xbox fanboy, so
yeah, you guys were featured a lot with Xbox Canada, right? You were all over their Instagrams and Twitters and.
Yeah, we were doing work with Microsoft Store. We had a buddy that worked over there, and he was like the manager of like community relations type situation. So he would like kind of put together these events. So he did like a Minecraft event, and anytime a game would come out, they would hold a big thing at their store at their location. And this is at one of the biggest malls in Western Canada. It's a huge mall in Vancouver. So, one time he turned to us. We kind of had a conversation with him. He said, "Yeah, I like the store. It's a really cool event. Thanks for inviting us." We signed up online, and then we went to the event. And anybody could have done that. But when we were there, we were like, our job now is to connect. We need to network. As fun as this is, let's try to find the adults in the room and try to ask them what their jobs are here and see how we can get involved with Microsoft. So me and Steve, we're still working at the school board. We weren't looking to work there, but we were like, maybe we both could go work here part-time after our other jobs and do a few hours here a week or something just to get connected with the gaming industry. So we were willing to pick up second jobs to try to get in our foot in the door. But we got lucky because the manager there, his name was Dan. He's a super nice guy, and he's an awesome metalhead too, which is dope. He
the tournament for Rocket League.
Yeah, you guys know Dan. Yeah, he's
I remember him. Yeah.
He's a good shit, man. Dan's a good guy.
Wait, I didn't realize that was the Dan you're talking about.
I thought it was. Yeah.
That's my boy. So he invited us to the store and said, "Come stream." So I did that a couple different times and played Rocket League. And dude, they were able to like broadcast like my game across all the TVs through the mall, and like it was pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, because
it was huge exposure for us.
When UGN was like specifically a team, like the stream team, you had the Rocket League tournament that was sponsored by Xbox as well.
Yeah, so that's true, man. Actually, we actually was able to reach out to Microsoft Corporation out in Seattle, and Dan was kind of the middleman there. He kind of said, like, listen, they want to give you some gift cards and stuff like that for prizes for the winners of your Rocket League tournament. And, this is kind of how the advertisement has to look. This is kind of the Microsoft Store logo that they want you to use. And so, of course, they did like the media package to put the advertisement together. But yeah, Microsoft gave me the full swinging responsibility to make a poster, put their logo on it, brand it all, and then I sent it to their head office. They approved it. And then we had our own tournament. So that was pretty, man. I feel like if Mixer was still going and the Microsoft Store hadn't closed, UGN could possibly be so much more connected and on a larger scale in the community. But unfortunately, that's the way the world goes.
Let's be real here too. The Mixer shutdown also lifted the fridge and exposed all the rats underneath it too.
That's how I met both of you guys. I met Nick through UGN. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I was friends with Becky through another streamer. Becky,
I remember you saying that.
Becky told me about UGN, and she put me towards Coops. I met Coops. Coops accepted me. I got on the server. Then I met everybody else, and the rest is history for me.
That's awesome.
He always said that he would watch my streams now and then on Twitch when I was on there. That's all I remember, really. And then we would and then he's like, "Hey, I have a spot available on this team," and I'm like, "If you ever come to Mixer," I'm like, "Why not?"
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I went and actually recruited every person for UGN that I on my end. So people came because they were friends of friends and stuff like that. But yeah, when I made that Hot 100, I just wanted to, I don't know, man, I got so many invites and they were just spam invites, obviously. You know what I mean? It's just DM me for this, DM me for that kind of shit.
A lot of people weren't there for the commitment, though. I mean, a lot of people were just there.
You're totally right. Yeah, and that's just the way it goes. But that's a learning experience for us.
A lot of people were just in there to post their self-promo links. And
I love being part of that team.
It's still a thing.
It was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it, man. That's really good news for me because I just, dealing with all the stuff that comes with that, right? I'm battling trolls and deflecting things left, right, and center while trying to keep my community
positive. Hot 100 was amazing. And these fucking people that were all you did was look out for them, and the whole community was looking out for some of these people. And all they did was fucking backstab everybody and try to bring you down.
UGN was put on people's blacklist. I found that out far after Mixer was done that we were on people's blacklist. They were they would go to their community and tell them don't go over there.
They literally had a chip on their shoulder.
Unfollow on Mox Gaming Network. Yeah,
I literally don't understand. You and Seaweed never did anything to anybody.
You guys are the sweetest people I've ever streamed with.
You never said anything bad about anybody.
Video games, man.
Games. Don't get mad about it. I mean,
it's video games. Now I'm watching full grown ass men have breakdowns. I can't laugh. That's rude. I don't mean to laugh. You know what I mean? Everybody has mental health. Everybody has stress and anxiety. Some people really rely on their income from this. Some people don't.
Just have anger issues though too.
Some people just have anger issues. Some people are just just got their own agenda, I guess.
Maybe you down the road, if you try to do another stream team, I mean, maybe not make it 100 people. Maybe make it 20 people.
Yeah, we talked about that.
To manage it, and then just
I'll just bring this up to both of you guys right now. I'm actually in the process of starting a team. It's not specifically a stream team. The cat's kind of out the bag now. It's just a content creation team. So we're actually looking for people. So I guess this is an open advertisement now. I'm just shamelessly promoting. But
It's your channel.
But we're looking for all content creators, whether they're models, videographers, graphic designers, streamers, YouTubers. So like what we're doing, I'm trying to create a brand that helps people like with the business side of streaming. So we're not charging anybody. So like what we want to do is like how UGN like how I keep calling it UGN, how the Hot 100 used to have it where like, you know, used to have a couple guys that would do designs for everybody and help people with logos. So we're trying to have something like that. We're trying to have
a great idea, man. It's a great idea.
So like, but we're also trying to help people with their branding because a lot of streamers don't realize like you need to have a YouTube channel. It is essential. I can't stress this enough. Like, God forbid anything happens. And not only that, like you can make money off YouTube. YouTube is Switzerland in the streaming community. Like you don't have to live stream on YouTube. Just make videos or post your stream highlights. Like you need to 100%. You need to have that out there because everyone has YouTube. Everyone has access to YouTube. You know?
That's true.
Hey Nicky.
Yeah.
You know how you make a tissue dance?
How?
Put a little boogie in it.
Put a little boogie in it.
Oh my god. I hate you, Steve.
Yeah, I have a tissue box here and I just looked over because I have a window open and I'm like, that's funny.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I've been putting this team together and we're actually looking to do we're trying to get into the esports world as well. I have an in for Rogue Company. Which is the high res game. I'm not personally on the team, but I will definitely manage the team. So I'm like actively recruiting. I'm spending a lot of time doing this, and it hasn't worked out too well so far. But if you remember, Zeno,
it's all a learning curve, bro. All of it's a learning curve. You know what I mean?
Before the mixer shut down, you remember when I messaged you? I said I still want to stay with the Hot 100, but with your blessing, is it alright if I have this little team I'm doing that's a little different? It's more like business oriented versus just like streaming community. You remember this, right? When we had this little combo.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So we were. That's what I was trying to start because we knew Mixer. We're like, oh, the new Xbox is gonna come out. Mixer's probably gonna do like some big updates, and like, their big update was we're shutting down.
We're shutting down. We're closing the doors.
I think you have a great story to share about the day we found out Mixer's shutting down. You got some other news as well, right?
Fucking terrible. Yeah, we got partnered the day it shut down.
That's so
kicking the schnards, you know?
Dude, I didn't get my hoodie. I didn't get my Mixer hoodie. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get any of that shit. We barely made it on paper.
But didn't
I'd emailed them like 100 times and be like, did that shit go through? Yes or no? And then finally acquisitions got back to us and they're like, yes, we have your stuff here. Yes, you're officially a partner.
Here's your custom emotes.
We actually, what was it? I think it was like 3 days or something before the actual like website went delinquent. We got our stickers and our subs and everything. We had 0 subscribers on Mixer.
But you guys were able to get the Ember bonuses, right? Because I remember I fucking dumped like 4,000 Embers in your stream at the end. I was like, fuck it. I was like, take my money, bitch. It's not going anywhere.
You guys helped out a lot. That transition was brutal, man.
But you guys had the Facebook partner, the Mixer benefits, right? Those transferred over.
Yeah. So by the time we got contacted by Facebook eventually because we contacted Mixer. We're like, what is going on? They're like, there's a link here that they sent to their Mixer partners, and it says right in the emails, like, click this link. It'll take you to the Facebook side of things. Over there, their acquisitions group is waiting for you. So go over there and introduce yourself. There's a couple forms you have to fill out or whatever. So we went over and did all that. But from the time that happened to the time we actually signed our NDA and we're actually officially Facebook partners, the whole process took about 3.5 months because we were the very last people to get partnered on Mixer, and they did it in order.
I was gonna say
I don't want to get you in trouble because you signed an NDA, but were you eligible for that early compensation program? Like if you fulfill the hour requirements on for the Mixer partners, if they came to Facebook Gaming and did their stream time there, were you guys eligible for that?
Yes, we were. Yeah.
Okay,
they said
that's awesome. So at least you guys got that. So you got one benefit.
Very helpful.
Yeah,
to say the least. It was very helpful, and that wasn't even something that was part of the original thing, to be honest. It was because after we brought our package, we looked at it, we read over everything, we said, okay, it all looks fine. It was very similar to Mixer, in all honesty, which we'd already just like read over and signed and had a lawyer look at it and everything before all that. So we were like, this is almost identical. So we read over it, we said, yeah, it's all fine. But that was never mentioned in there. That was like, I think about a month in or something like that, or 2 months in, we randomly got a message and was like, hey, hope you're liking Facebook so far. Glad you made the switch. And it was like, just so you know, we have a program here that you are eligible for. Would you like to partake in it? And we were like, what? So we said yes. And 90 days later, we got a big old thumbs up. So it was good.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's like 6 months in now at this point. So it's like,
so, I know some people that got partner the week Mixer shut down. Like the week the website.
Dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe their acquisitions team was still taking on partners at that point.
I don't know if Facebook took them in, but
I don't think they knew, Mixer, to be honest.
Yeah. Because maybe they got accepted before, but they didn't get their things turned on until week of. I'm not familiar. I don't remember their names. So,
well, a friend of ours went over to Seattle, and he has some friends over at Microsoft and the Xbox team over there. And when he was in Seattle, he was able to talk to some people that I guess are part of like the acquisitions team for Mixer, because they're all kind of out there. And while he was in this meeting, I guess he had brought up our channel to these guys and said, hey, listen, those guys are in Canada. They're doing stuff with the Microsoft team right now at the Microsoft store. They're doing stuff for Xbox ambassadors. They're trying to get partnered on Mixer. We weren't even partnered at this time. And they looked at us and said, yeah, this is fantastic. Like, and at this point, me and CB's goal was to get on with Xbox, like to be able to do like Xbox Now and stuff like that. Some of the like more like hosting and talking type stuff that you see on YouTube and like their actual official pages. Thing was, we need agents, I think, to be able to get that kind of work, because an agent would be able to have the connects, and we're trying to do it like by being like on the street kind of thing. Like we're trying to, be like, check us out, and jumping and waving our arms and legs. Yeah, and it was
like Peter Griffin goes to freaking Hollywood, and he's like, got his he's just up on the Hollywood side.
Straight up. I'd be willing to do it, man. In all honesty, I was like, anything to get some attention. But they did turn around and say, yeah, let's get this ball rolling with these guys and see what we can do for them. And, our buddy came back and said, okay, try your application again, because, got some guys over there that are fine looking at you after your second time of being denied. Your third time is, fingers crossed. And, when we finally got partnered, all those people over there that he had talked to, including himself, had no idea that Mixer was shutting down, like at all. And this was like 3 weeks before the big announcement. And he was in Seattle in the Mixer headquarters. He was in the Mixer headquarters. He said the staff were all working like there was like, nothing going on. And a week later, like a whole bunch of people were out the door with like their boxes packed. Like nobody there knew. So
that's pretty
messed up.
Yeah, but didn't it seem like they made a decision to shut down Mixer like that day? Like they were just like, fuck it, we're ending this thing.
Yeah, I wonder if that was like Facebook. I think it might have been Facebook maybe just making it like a swift, clean break. Just being like, pass over your content creators. Just end it.
Can I tell you what I think happened? This is the theory I had originally was they had the whole racism thing that weekend, if you remember. It was like the Friday going in.
She was the head of acquisitions or something too.
Yeah, so it was like the Friday going in, people were boycotting Mixer. And then by Sunday, between like the racism, then all the sexual assault allegations came out, and then the lady was calling people slaves. She was calling the Mixer partners slaves and shit, right? Something like that.
Saying they're creating content for the platform, not for themselves, so they're just slaves.
So then by Monday, I think Microsoft was just seeing this. It was like, you know what? Fuck it, we're ending this thing. And they hit up Facebook and we're like, listen, we can either talk to you or to Twitch, and we could point them either way. So if you give us, so and so amount, we'll point everyone to Facebook. I think that's what happened, because Microsoft kept the technology. They kept the instant
the faster than light. Yeah,
they kept the FTL. Yep, they kept that. So I know Glamesh is doing FTL, and Glamesh was made by some of the Mixer developers.
That's right. Yeah, but for the Beam team from the original Microsoft team.
Yep. So Glamesh is trying to be the new Mixer, but they're having many issues. But it's early on for them. And again, I hope every streaming site pulls through, because more competition is healthier.
Yeah, totally. All I gotta say is like Facebook, I know has a bit of a delay. I know that delay is a little annoying, but you know, you
Even
don't really notice
Twitch.
it after
Twitch
being
has
other
a
stuff.
delay too.
Yeah, but man, Facebook looks so good. Like when I go to my streams afterwards that are like on my Facebook page, and I go to look at like the video on demands and stuff. Dude, I don't know what it is, man. It's just good technology over there. Like it's good video compressing and stuff like that. It's HD, it's clean, 60 frames per
But
second.
it wasn't always like that, right?
No, it wasn't always like that. I know that even on Mixer, even when like we would stream at 1080 at 60 frames per second on my OBS, the computer all set up for that. You know, my bit rates and everything was 4,000. Like I was able to run all the software good and stream fine. But then we go to watch our Mixer like video on demands, and we'd be like, "What the heck is going on here?" It just looks like it's like 640 or something. It's like blurry. It was messy. It was choppy. It was kind of glitchy. And I was like, "Man, they just don't have like the video compression technology down. Like when you maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's over compressed or something, and that's why I was looking kind of gross. And maybe they're doing that for like storage savior on their end. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to compress everybody's videos for massive storage. But I just noticed the compression was terrible. We got to be honest. Facebook has how much money? So
yeah,
you know, it's really hard to argue.
But what was good? What Facebook did is they separated it. They made Facebook gaming its own thing away from Facebook. And I think YouTube has YouTube gaming, but they don't have like it's sloppy right now. But if they organize that and they organize Facebook a little better, I think both of those sites could do very well.
Yeah, I agree. Not that too. I think Facebook's more international. I mean, I'm not going to talk crap about any other streaming platform. You know, anybody that's got a home on a streaming platform that has a community built there is doing the right thing, and they're doing it right, and you know they have a community. So that's half the battle.
Don't have a home yet.
I mean that's what we're talking about. We had Venetrix. I don't know if you know who that is, Zeno.
Okay, no, well, maybe I've come across them.
Okay, so she used to be on Mixer as well. She was a small streamer there. She wasn't really having a good time moving to Twitch. She's a good friend of mine. And I introduced her to Trovo, and she's one of the top like streamers on Trovo now. And she's a full-time streamer, and she supports herself with Trovo because Trovo pays their streamers per month. Like if they don't have a permanent partner program, so if you make their program every month, you get a paycheck from them.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, so like she's like an on salary. It's like I call it like a freelance streamer almost.
Dude, that's in my opinion, that's way better. Like honestly, that's a way better program than to base everything off of a subscription type.
But the problem is a lot of it, personally from what I've seen, a lot of it is just it's super toxic, backstabby, tabbing. It's all about the tabbing. Now Venetrix has a really big community because she even said, she'll tell you herself, Trovo, it's big for mobile gaming and it's big for international streamers. So there's not really a site for Baltic streamers, and she's like from the Baltics. So like it's like, you know, those are a lot of her people are on there. So she's able to connect with people a lot better versus like Americans and Canadians.
For sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
Because if you go on there, there's some dude, like, your front page will be some dude in German going, like, oh, stop, you know, like.
Facebook's like that video. Yeah, Facebook's from all over the place. I'm used to seeing stuff from, like, Japan and Tokyo and, like, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though. That's, like, it's cool to see people streaming in other countries, though. That's the dope part about it.
Did Facebook... Facebook still had issues with identities, too, right? Because people didn't want to use their personal Facebook accounts to, like, come watch, right?
I gotta say though, Facebook. Everybody's gonna think I'm just plugging for Facebook, but understand. I streamed on Beam in the beginning. I then went over to Twitch. I then came back to Mixer. I then left Mixer for Twitch, and then got partnered with Facebook. And I also have a YouTube. So my YouTube isn't anything to brag about, that's for sure. But you know, I spend a lot of time on all these platforms. I can tell you right now, Facebook is the least toxic community I've seen. And I don't know if anybody's going to like contest that, but I think it's because you have to have your identity on there. So there's people less pro.
They're a lot real. They're more real.
Yeah.
Dude, people are mixed up with like shit on the community and go and create another account and come back and shit on our community again.
Because people can't hide. People can't hide on Facebook, right?
Yeah, dude. It's freaking nuts.
It's like, motherfucker, I will actually tell your mother on you.
Yeah, it's like so.
It's like
No,
OnlyFans and you tell somebody's mom that they have it.
yeah.
I see your name, Melvin
Aren't you
Smith. I'm gonna
incompetent?
help your mom. Like,
Yeah, I haven't had to ban anybody. I've been on Facebook for a year. I haven't had to block anybody,
Yeah.
ban anybody,
Leave
delete
it
messages
for
out of
now.
my chat.
well, fucking,
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna reveal much about it, but Zeno and I had a nice fucking heart to heart the other day. That shit was
Yeah.
that was a great fucking conversation, Zeno, because we had a
it's
little
gonna get
miscommunication. We got into a little, even an argument. Like, there was just a miscommunication. We worked that shit out right away.
I let my technology handle my accounts for me.
Yeah.
Don't let technology handle your accounts. It
I
just
was like,
deletes
damn,
everything.
Zeno, you really feel this way about me? Because Zeno was ranting about some shit, and then like I saw he unfollowed me. I was like, bro, I'm like, you think I'm one of those people, bro? And he's like, no, it's a robot. You don't understand.
Yeah, that's how I get so much done all the time. Is because I have like little things to manage my shit all over the place.
Yeah, so he has a robot that. Wait, I mean, you could explain it, Zeno, right? What it does?
Yeah, it's just an app that manages your social media, so it'll just show you followers, unfollowers. And I think it's pretty common now on Instagram.
But you said it automatically unfollows all the inactive people you follow, like all the people that are inactive on your.
Yeah, so it goes through and it just says like if somebody hasn't interacted with any of your content in X amount of days or something like that, and you can set it, I think, and I think default is 50 days or something like that. It'll give you the option to just like hit one button and say, okay, unfollow. And yeah, it's it's a double-edged sword because, like I said before, I try not to be too obsessive with my numbers. But we just noticed that we just get a lot of invites and follows and stuff from a lot of like PC gaming company, like PC setups. It's like, look at my PC setup, look at my PC setup, look at my PC setup. But all those photos and everything are like a dime a dozen, and they're all shared amongst these
because
millions
I'll always like your photos and shit. But you were telling me it's mostly about comments, and I comment on UGN stuff, but I don't know if I specifically comment on yours or Seaweed's things. So I remember you were saying, oh, that shit like probably just automatically me. I was like, oh fuck, like I'll keep that in mind next time.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah,
because I see the post.
Problem with us. We have too many social media accounts, and that was kind of a double-edged sword when we started this too. It's like we had that conversation, like, do I get rid of my Instagram? And she was like, well, no, because you do music and you play music and stuff like that, and so you need your own Instagram to show your music and stuff. I said, okay. And she's like, and then Unlocks Gaming Network is like our gaming channel. And she at one point had an Instagram that was used for like exactly like that, like her movie work, her background work and stuff like that. But she started getting like a lot of gross comments and stuff on it, so she had deleted it. And she was like, you know what, I'm moving away from social media. I'm actually not using social media anymore. But the problem is then I would comment as Xenogears, and then she would comment as Unlocks Gaming Network, and then she's like, well, I want to be heard, and I want people to know that it's me that's commenting on things. So I was like, oh, yeah. So she's like, okay, so I have to create my own Instagram now, so then I can comment as Seaweed. So you go down that rabbit hole of like, how do we really make this work, right? So, okay, Unlocks Gaming Network is the channel, it's the network, it's the group, it's the community. But
I would get so confused back in the day because you had, it was Unlocks Gaming Network, Hot 100 Stream Team.
Yeah.
You had Zeno, Seaweed.
Oh my God, yes.
And then you had another Hot 100 account, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, I think we had the UGN Stream Team, and then we just changed UGN Stream Team to Hot 100.
I never knew who the fuck I was talking to any of the times. And I think like 90% of my conversations were with Seaweed because she would always seem to know what I was talking about. So anytime I like had a message one of you guys, I would always message Seaweed.
Yeah, she managed the social media for a really long time. Yeah.
Yeah. So wait, so Seaweed, so you keep saying Seaweed did background work, so she used to be like an actress, or?
Yeah, she was like in Heartland, and she was like I think on the 100. I think she was on a few other shows.
Oh shit!
I'm not hearing correctly.
Why does Heartland sound familiar?
It's like the horseback riding Western type TV show.
Okay.
That's awesome.
It's good. Yeah,
so she definitely. I mean, she definitely has that actress look. Like for anyone that doesn't know, I'm not taking a shot at your girls. You know,
let's go, bro.
Seaweed is a beautiful woman.
Thanks, bro.
The sweetest girl in the world.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, she's a fucking sweetheart. Zeno. You're probably rolling your eyes because you probably, door closed and y'all are fighting each other. I don't know.
She's a devil woman.
She's a devil.
She's a devil woman.
Like if there was someone who embodied a hug as a person, like Seaweed is just a hug
nice.
to describe.
She's pretty nice, man. Yeah, and that's why when like people were taking shots at us before, I was like, I have to give my head a shake because I was like, man, like people don't realize, like, okay, they like don't like me for whatever reasons. Who even gives a shit? But I'm like, but then they diss my brand and they're dissing my wife. So yeah, it's a little hard to stomach all that shit when you're.
What's
I went
fucked
from
up
being
is
like a
there's
musician
people.
and using social media as like advertising by being like, here's my band, here's a photo, here's some music, and people would be like, that's great, cool, that's nice, keep going. So it's like pretty positive stuff. You don't get people coming on there being like, whatever the trolling bullshit that happens in the gaming community is pretty sour, right? So we're coming into that and experiencing that for the first time, and then also like seeing my wife beside me being like, why is this guy like treating you like this? Like, what the fuck is the matter with people? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. Somebody's out there spreading rumors. And like, that's actually what it was. Like, I did find out, like, there's a couple, channels out there that didn't like us, but those people are key players in that whole loop of, you beat me off, I beat you off, mixer support bullshit.
Well,
right?
we're beating people off.
So,
hey now.
Yeah, because you know what I mean. Like, there's like that big, huge circle of like, that's what people are hitting 100 things, right? It's like leave a tab open, leave a thing open, doing all that shit, right? That was a huge part of the mixer platform.
I would
deny that shit.
care about that. Like, I would put a tab up for somebody if I was in there, but I mean, I was never like, I never expected anybody to do that for me.
Right.
I did it if I was on. And another comment, back to like having a hot woman. My boss always says this. He's always like, I don't care how hot she is, somebody's tired of her shit.
That's true.
Yeah, oh yeah, for every beautiful woman out there, there's a man who's tired of fucking with her or something. Yes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
God forbid.
Women now.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking shit about Mixer, but these people that I know, like I was in their Discords and stuff, so I could see like the regimes that they were pulling and a lot of that stuff.
There's people we all three of us know.
Their entire community was based off like hosting and tabbing each other. Like there was nobody that was even supporting each other. Yeah, and so these people like took it upon themselves to throw my name out there and be like, this guy's shit. And it's probably because I wasn't doing that. I created the Hot 100, which wasn't that. It wasn't a giant hosting beat off.
It was just to support each other. That's all it was.
Yeah, because you had the UGN network that would come around offline. So it was like, leave a tab open for the Unlocks Gaming Network, and when it's on the auto host, it'll come to you, so you'll get a little bit of viewership. Because why not help everybody? Right?
That's exactly it. And we had people that were like on different platforms and everything. I don't know, we weren't better than anybody, but at the same time, it's just like I just got a lot of shade from those people, and I was like, I don't understand that. I don't know, maybe it's just because I had Hot 100 stickers on 170 other channels or something. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know.
I remember there would be days where I had a ritual every day. I would post somebody of our stream team every single day. I would put a new one.
Yep.
You killed it.
I had fun doing with that, but I was like, oh, I don't want to make it the same one as I did just today. So I literally had a list. And I followed the list every single day, and it was like a ritual that I did it every morning.
Dude, the amount of work that everybody put in to make that work was just ridiculous, man. Like what you did, Steve, was incredible, man. Like I always loved you for that. I was like, man, this guy gets it. This guy's like a community dude. He understands that it's not about him or his channel. It's about recognizing somebody else in the community and being like, yo, dude, today's your day.
This person doesn't see this person maybe not get seen, but hey, today they get seen by this person. Today they get seen by this person. Hey, this person's on the same team as I am. Like that.
Exactly. I had everyone in UGN on my auto host list, and I would make sure people would come see him. Like that's what it was all about. It was all about helping each other in a positive way. But some of these motherfuckers, not to name names, but some of these motherfuckers.
A lot of landmines.
Yeah.
Landmines make other things explode.
I mean, Zeno, I remember like the week of the Mixer shutdown, you were fucking like, you were messaging me about some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what'd you ever do to these people, man?
No idea, man. But the thing is, man, is like, I don't know. I guess I like to just say, like, I'm still doing it, right? Like, that's the thing is, like, when Mixer did shut down, like you said before, it gave everything a big shake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And everyone's true colors came out when Mixer shut down. You saw who was just trying to do it, who was in it for themselves, and they didn't really care about anyone else. Yeah. That's what happened. Is people's true colors came out, and the real ones stuck around, and then some other ones, tried doing some shit behind everyone's back. But we're not going to bring that shit up either. We're not talking about
I've always been one to pretty much stay to myself, though. I've never been one to be, like, out there.
Steve's like Majin Buu, dude. He just wants to just fucking eat chocolate and chill, dog.
Eat and turn people into chocolate.
Yeah.
Dude, did you guys get that picture I just sent you guys?
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
Isn't that pretty cool?
That is, dude. You, Steve. Where do you store all your shit, man? Because you're just building collections.
You know that big cabinet behind me?
Yeah.
Look at you're collecting this now. That's sick.
I just took a picture of it. Hold on.
Dude, Dragon Ball Z's the shit. We watched that movie on Tubi the other day.
I have a couple ones. I have an 18 I got pre-ordered.
Is it Dragon Ball Evolutions? Is that the one? We just watched it on Tubi the other day.
That I had. That's
2012.
Dragon Ball Evolutions.
You're talking about the live action movie?
That came out. The packs that just came out.
Are you talking about the live action movie, Zeno?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh no, that movie was terrible. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's terrible.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I thought you were saying it was a good movie. I'm like, you might be the only person in the world that thinks that.
No,
I was like, what?
Yeah, for like kids, I guess. Like it's free cheese ball, but yeah, it's alright.
Oh man, that is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
But it's just like, oh god,
Mortal Kombat was
nothing like Dragon Ball, you know?
Was it Escape? Was it Escape from Toad? What's that Toad movie? Toad World or something like that? Toad. Oh my god, we watched it again the other day. It's like from the 1970s. No, fucking movie's terrible.
You know what movie is really bad when it comes to like video games? Do you remember the Super Mario movie?
Yes. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
So with Bob Hoskins, right? The fucking Super Mario.
It was weird.
God, yeah, that was weird, man. They made him a little too realistic. You know, Mario had a wife and kids and bills to pay. Like, Oh
they
man,
definitely could have taken such a different angle with that movie. It was so weird.
Yeah,
it was like Howard the Duck or something. It was like seriously awkward.
Yes, dude, there was Howard the Duck vibes with Super Mario.
I have 21 Dragon Ball Super characters.
Jeez,
that's pretty nuts.
I have a really tall Gogeta. Cool. I have a foot tall Gogeta.
A foot tall Gogeta. That's pretty cool. Man, that's a pretty cool collection.
I think it. Hold on.
Oh yeah, Steve, I have to send you some of that Dragon Ball stuff too. I got a few things lying around here.
I every time I see one I don't have, I just go buy it.
Why not?
He's divorced. He needs a new hobby.
Right now, I'm not divorced. I got back into Pokemon, which I noticed you guys did the same thing over on UGN.
Yeah, Seaweed has a pretty decent collection, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to start collecting again. So it's like, all right, we'll put it out there. We'll do the videos and everything of it. But dude, yeah, she's got a pretty serious collection from being a kid. It's pretty nice.
Do you guys remember last June, I was getting into Pokemon and doing all that shit, and literally no one watched my stuff or like gave a shit about it. And then literally like the week I gave up, the Pokemon boom like restarted again. I was like, fuck me.
Maybe you started it. Maybe you like rekindled it.
No, it was definitely, I can tell you exactly what like triggered it. It was the Logan Paul. When he did the Pokemon unboxing, like everyone just got back into Pokemon again.
Yep.
Like
I gave my dad all my Pokemon cards as a kid, and he sold them for like $2,000.
Holy shit! Really?
Gosh.
Yeah, I was like, I should have kept them. I didn't think I was gonna get back into it.
Steve, those baseball cards.
Yeah, who would know?
You got those old school baseball cards, right?
Oh my god! Here's the deal. They're from the 80s and the 90s, and nobody wants 80s and 90s right now.
I do. I sent you who I want. I
60s, 70s.
I know you did. I'm saying I haven't got through them yet. I'm wanting to put them all in binders.
Get me Carl Yastrzemski. Get me a Carl Yastrzemski card, and get me anyone from the '86 Mets, dude.
86. I don't know how far back they go. So far, I've seen mainly.
They don't. It doesn't need to be from that year. It doesn't need to be from that year, but like anyone from that team. So like.
Well, I'll send you a picture of how far I've gotten on the. I have.
I saw the box
right now.
I saw the box. Yeah, yeah, it's
I have
brutal.
5 full binders, and the box is still full.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You're a collector then, eh? You're a collector.
I got a lot.
That's cool.
It's ridiculous. I have like 8,000 Pokemon cards right now that I need to get rid of.
How are you gonna get rid of
a lot of bulk?
What do you do with all your Pokemon cards? How do you get rid of them?
My bulk, I found there was a website that I saw that you can sell your bulk for a booster box.
That's interesting.
I was thinking about going through and getting rid of a bunch of the ones that I have a lot of.
Yeah, it's like a ridiculous amount though, isn't it? Isn't it like 50,000 cards or something for like a booster box?
It's 4,000 for a booster box.
4,000 cards for a booster. That's actually not bad. You come across 4,000 cards pretty easy.
Because you know what they do? No. They probably have a vendor where they can sell all those shit cards, like, and actually sell them.
And they rebox them and sell them in the boxes of 20 or whatever.
Yeah, or they have, what is it, 4,000? So, you know, if it's 1 cent a card, you know, how much does it cost for a booster box? You know, and they're
and all they care about, all they want is your commons and uncommons. That's all they want.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's nothing.
They don't even want your hollows?
Full arts and my good stuff, so.
What? They don't even want your hollows? They just want your
No, they
commons?
don't want any of that. They just want commons and uncommons. They don't want your
Dude, I guarantee you
don't
the
want your
reboxing.
energies or anything.
I guarantee you when you go to the dollar store and you buy those packs, it's like 20 Pokemon cards for like whatever, and it even says on the box like these are repackaged cards. It says right on there.
Yeah, the ones at Walmart sells.
Wait, does it actually say that?
Yeah, yes, it does. Yeah,
right on there, they're repackaged.
Yeah, that's what's happening with these cards. These companies are buying them back from people and then repackaging them and reselling them again.
Oh
and
my god!
And putting one hollow in the box. So you always get one hollow card in there. So that's where all your cards are going.
Yep, I haven't sold any yet, but I mean,
dude, it's almost genius.
So many cards right now. My wife is mad at me. That's how many cards.
Dude, that's a genius plan to get them and repackage them and put like one hollow in there, sell for $6.
That's what people have been doing on eBay a lot.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
There you go.
So Zeno, another thing I wanted to bring up. So you were talking about like networking in person and like conventions. Dude, I don't think people realize, right? Like conventions were a huge part of the streaming community.
Yeah, man. I want to get like into expos. I want to go. Oh man, I want to go to like
because not only like
E3 and shit. Like,
yeah,
I'm dying.
E3 because you would meet people, and network, so you'd have people to stream with and create content with. But like all the companies that sponsor people are there too. Like most people would get sponsorships through like PAX East or E3 or TwitchCon, whatever. Like that was the go-to. Like you would go, you'd say, "Hey, what's up, Razor? Like, I'm Nickyfries. Like I have 10,000 followers and I average this." And they're like, "Oh yeah, like let's talk. Hey, my name's
and I want you to suck on one."
Yeah, face the name. You get on your knees, go in the back room. Get yourself a sponsorship deal. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think like I think we always said that if we ever went to E3 or something like that, that we would obviously like try to like get as many people from like our community as possible. So like meet in LA or something, or meet wherever it is in Anaheim. And that way we can spend like a couple of days together, like eating out and going to
rent
movies,
a fucking Airbnb with the homies.
Yeah, dude, just have some fun. So everybody's kick back, relax, catch up with one another, go to Disneyland for a day or something. Who knows?
But that's the one thing is you got to remember too. There's some people who are not they act very different in person than they do. For sure. You got to make sure you got no bedtime fondlers.
Yeah, for sure. No, we'll make sure like everybody's having a good time.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying like that's the biggest worry with streaming is like you go for a meetup and then it's like like there's some people here that I would never associate myself with.
For real. No, I think me and Seaweed are like pretty much the same as we are off stream as we are on stream.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I don't think I change at all for anybody. And that's probably the first conversations we ever had. Is like, what are we going to be like? I remember, man, sitting in this living room on a fucking futon when we first moved into this like apartment, and we were like shitty broke because we were like just moved to Vancouver and things were tight. And I had like this old laptop that we were like gonna start streaming on with the Xbox. We were streaming on the Xbox story to like Mixer. And we had this shitty laptop that we're like doing some video editing on and stuff. And I don't know. I just remember Seaweed and I having that conversation. To be like, man, yeah.
There's one member of UGN. I'm not gonna mention their name, but I think both you will catch on who this is. I had to ban him a couple months ago from my community because he just wouldn't stop. Like he would message people and call people to like come on.
Interesting.
It was
we need more cowbell.
Yeah. We need more cowbell.
No, you know exactly who I'm talking about, Steve.
Yeah, that's why I said it. I was like,
he was in
song,
someone in the Instagram group chat, if you remember that one.
Yeah.
Zeno.
Okay.
He was a major spammer in that, but it was getting so out of hand, and I would help him.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I would help him with his stream setup all the time, and I just say, "I'll help you when I get home," and he'll be like, "Okay." And 5 minutes later, like spam call my phone. Like it was so bad.
I had people like calling my Facebook back in like the day where they would like I was getting like video like phone call attempts.
I'm like, it's 2 a.m.
Yeah, dude.
One guy,
I forgot I was gonna call you when I was on the toilet, and
dude, I had guys call me at like 8:30 in the morning, like their time, and they were like straight up like, I know this is gonna sound so weird, but like I try to be like open minded and like compassionate, empathetic. Like obviously I understand people are going through shit, but like this person was like drunk out of their fucking mind at like 8:30 in the morning and was like crying on the phone to me and stuff and being like, just being like, I need you, like I need a friend, like you're everything.
Some people are just.
I'm sorry, Zeno. I'm sorry. You had to call me out.
And like I look up to you. I need your motivation. Blah blah. Help me. And like so I did. Like I would be like on the phone with this person for like 2 hours at a time. Sometimes be like walking them through life. But I do that for like my job too, right? So I feel like it's like a moral obligation to do that. So I'm like surely like try to be as nice to everybody as humanly possible. Actually, give them the time. But the reality is you can't do that, man. Because how can you help everybody? There's not enough time. And like in order for me to get shit done in my own world, I have to, prioritize.
Yeah.
So Zeno, that's one of the things we talked about the other day, where I mentioned to you, I was like, dude, we worked that out, but I was like, I'm uncomfortable to like come in your stream and stuff because there's someone in there, and again, I don't want to like talk bad about anyone or anything like that, but like there was someone that was taking advantage of that, and they were using their quote unquote depression and suicidal to reach out to me. At all these times where it was super inconvenient for me, but I'd be like, listen, I want to be there for you. But then 5 minutes later, this person's like streaming and having a ball, like, hey, what's up, everybody? Like, I'm hanging out with the homies while he's messaging me on the other line while he's streaming, like, I'm gonna do it. I got the knife to my wrist right now.
It feels like it's just for attention.
Like I remember messaging Zeno way back then. I was like, dude, like this makes me super uncomfortable. He's like, oh, like don't worry, that person's like barely I was like, all right, Zeno, I'll be back. I'm like, you will see me at your streams again.
The thing is, man, is like, we have no idea what anybody really goes through in life. You know what I mean? Like, you're right, some of it is attention stuff. At the same time, like, age differences and stuff play into things, finances play into things, mental health plays into things, addiction plays into things, alcoholism plays into things. So it's like, I just try to take everything at like a face value, because when I took things really personally and was like, my guy, I'd say about 95% of those guys burned me, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
So now I take these other, like, you guys are different because you guys are my community. You guys have been a part of my community forever. Like, obviously it's different. But when you come across as many people as you do in the streaming industry, you have to have like your walls up. You have to have your filters up.
Yeah.
And even at the end of the day, it's like, you got to choose your battles too. It's like, are you going to go to war against everybody? Because I watch so many people like put themselves out there for UGN. I put myself out there for UGN, and then that stirred a pot with other people. And at the end of the day, after it's all said and done, I'm like, I don't even know if that was worth it. I don't even know if the people fighting me were even worth it. I don't know what any of that was for. And like, I just wanted to play fucking video games.
Yeah, so you never want to burn your bridges, but it's like sometimes you have to get past things.
Exactly. And people know me as the infamous bridge burner of fucking Discord and Twitch. I'm one of those people now.
I'm afraid to tell you how it is.
I snapped a long time ago. I fucking snapped a long time ago. If you start bullshitting with me and fucking with me and trying to mess with my personal life, I'm calling you out now. Like, I don't give a fuck. But I don't waste time with people. I'm not gonna go on fucking social media and be like, oh, this person said this and did this to me. I don't fucking do that. I'm like, all I'll say is, listen, I'm tired of your fucking bullshit. Stop fucking bothering me. Get away from me. That's it.
Yeah.
Steve, you're echoing.
Definitely. You don't want anybody airing stuff out on social media.
Steve, you're echoing.
Yeah, you got an echo, bro.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
It's all good. Yeah, you don't want to air stuff out on social media. That's no way to handle it.
Exactly.
I watch people lose their partnerships because of that shit, to be honest with you.
Exactly. And I would never do that. Like, I don't take things technically like I don't take things too personal, but if someone really crosses that line, what I just do, because I know it'll hurt them more than it hurts me, is just cut them off. I'm like, fuck it. I can't associate myself with you anymore. That's what I do.
That's totally fair, man. There's a lot of people in the world. You know what I mean? It's like 8 billion people or something. So,
exactly.
You know what I mean? If you have to move on and find somebody else, or, it's totally fair game, man. It's all good. It's all good.
And it's like, I always have Steve to pick on, unless his divorce gets the best of him and his
Listen, it's not a divorce. There's no divorce.
I think streaming is like dating, because you meet so many people, and then out of like 10 people, you
okay, Zeno, please don't say that.
Yeah.
Please don't say that, because now you're gonna put that idea that every person that comes into your chat is a potential love interest, and now every female streamer will have to deal with if she says hello to someone in her chat, that means she wants the D.
That's true. I might have to have a matchmaking service in my channel and be like, okay, so
This week on Unlocks Gaming, we have.
You should do a dating show.
Yeah.
Every Friday, do like a dating show between your community members. Put like eligible bachelor, like lover host.
Get him to hook up.
Yeah.
Just get somebody off the street, be like, "Hey, you want to be on this show?
Want to hook up? I can get you hooked up.
Here's $5. Want to potentially find the love of your life?
Yeah.
You can potentially get laughed at in the same point."
Don't worry, this is gonna be broadcasted to an audience of 22 people.
Yeah.
Or more.
Or more.
Yeah.
Or more. Or more.
You never know.
Well, Zeno, that's what you were saying to me. And if this isn't like something you're allowed to talk about, like we'll cut this part totally out. I mean, you were saying the other day how like you were doing a stream with like a bunch of big name partners on Facebook, and like some fucking people were just coming in like hitting you with all this negative energy for no fucking reason, right?
Well, everybody's like obviously on their own mission, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, yeah, it's just timing sometimes is a big thing. You know what I mean? When you're sitting there with a bunch of people that obviously believe in that brand and believe in that platform, and they're investing as much time and energy into it as they are. Like we're talking like some of these people are streaming like 60 hours a week. You know what I mean? Like they're burying their life into this. This is their livelihood, right? This is their business. This is their brand. This is where they've chose to have it. You know what I mean? You kind of gotta respect that because that's their decision, right? And so yeah, so people just coming in and saying that Facebook, has a lot of issues, a lot of problems, and isn't their cup of tea, but
like everything has problems. Get over it.
Yeah, like Steve's marriage.
Yeah.
Would you shut your face?
Yeah, exactly.
I hate you. I'm gonna go cry.
It is what it is, man. I don't know. I support the other platforms. I don't know. At least I go over to like Twitch.
Yeah. Listen, I support every platform, and like I said, I want to see every platform succeed. But it's not unreasonable to point out the pros and cons of each platform.
Totally. Yeah, Facebook has a lot of
everything.
Because I remember Zeno. Remember the day the mixer shut down. I was telling everyone my personal experience with Facebook and why I personally didn't like Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember that, I put the whole thing. I was like, listen, I got 40,000 followers. I streamed, and there was literally one fucking viewer. I was like, this is crazy. And back then, their interface was weird and all over the place. Now, like you said, it's so clean now, and they have a really nice dashboard. Yeah, I
think after they brought over probably some of the mixer guys, I would imagine probably went over and started working for Facebook to like help it get that finalized streamer look, you know what I mean? Because I was on checked out Facebook streaming in the very beginning, and it was pretty clunky. It was like, this is no different than just a regular Facebook post or something. I was like, it's just very Facebooky.
Well, my big beef with Facebook.
I'm going to Facebook to be Facebooky.
Mixer had like an esports kind of look to it. You went to it, had a theme, had a color, it had a mascot. You know what I mean? It's those kinds of things. You're like, this is streaming. Yeah, it's competitive. It's gaming. Yeah, I know.
You look at
performance.
Facebook, this is how people communicate.
Facebook was like my aunts and my cousins and stuff like that. Like,
you're like, am I about to see a picture of my aunt, or am I going to watch get like 20 dubs in Fortnite right now? Like, I can't.
There you go. And that's the thing is like, I don't know, I guess
my mom watches this podcast.
I've had some success on Facebook, but I've also had like some not success on Facebook. Like, you'd think that a lot of people come by and they're like, yo, there's my bro from back home streaming Call of Duty. I got to check this guy out. And like, I've had a handful of guys come through for sure. Like, absolutely, that's been a case. But it's not the same as a platform of streamers and gamers all segregated to one platform that are all there for one specific reason, to either grow their own channel, discover new techniques or things for their channel, or to meet new people, you know what I mean, who are also gamers. So like, that, what I'm trying to say is like, when you look at Twitch, you look at Mixer, you look at those are dedicated platforms for gamers and streamers, right? So the people that are on there are in that mindset. Where Facebook, people might not be in the mindset for gaming, they might be in the mindset for like looking at good ideas for crafts. You know what I mean? So as they're scrolling down their feed,
all kinds of stuff,
so they scroll down their feed and they're like, gaming, this dude, Call of Duty, no. So
someone's reading an article about how like the 5G towers are freaking giving everybody all these weird conditions, like they're going down the rabbit hole, and then they see Xeno just out here playing Rocket League.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and they're like, goddamn kid relying on the internet, right?
They're like, what the fuck? Let me come in here. This guy probably works for Hillary Clinton. We're gonna take him out.
Yeah, we honestly like posted those pictures recently that I was talking about that photo shoot that we did at night there, and we wore masks in the photos. God, I can't talk. And that was kind of our decision because it was nighttime. There was even nobody around, but we were just like, we don't have any photos to represent this time in our life, and this is going to be, part of our history, I guess. Unlocked Gaming Network has no plans on going anywhere, and let's just post a photo with us with these masks on. We're kind of wearing clothing that's dark and mysterious, anyways. So let's just try that out. Yeah, dude, and people, I was surprised actually. People come in there, it was like, take those goddamn masks off. Like, you're an atrocity. This is a terrible photo. I was like, what?
Yeah,
crazy.
Even if you lose,
Like you said, that's one of the cons to Facebook is, it has that crossover of like
political
platform. Yeah,
that's a lot of it.
All of it. It's almost all of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Once the boomers get in there, they ruin everything.
Yeah.
You're in Canada. You're just being drugged into our shit. That's literally what it is. You are literally drugged into our shit.
It's funny you said that because every time that we got like a promotional thing from Facebook to be like, we're going to, help you out a little bit or take one of your posts and let more people see it, extend your reach. And we're like, okay, cool. We get like so many political people, like all of their profile pictures and all their accounts and everything is like Trump, pro this, Biden. There's flags all over their accounts and flags all over their stuff. Like they're just American inside and out. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of...
You don't technically have to deal with that.
Yeah, it's true. And a lot of it's like a lot of political based stuff about presidencies and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'm not
dealing with a third person.
I'm like, I'm not even in the United States, guys. Like, I'm in Canada. And they're like, oh, fuck you.
They're like, dude, I'm just trying to crank 90s with the boys.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's Facebook, though. It's Facebook's demographic, right? That's who's on there. So, but the thing I say is they have Facebook gaming app now, right? They have the fb.gg app. So I think that once that Facebook gaming app is more, it's got some work, you know what I mean? But once it's up and running, I think that's going to be the golden ticket.
Well, realistically, it's only been going on for a year now, technically? Like, full swing?
Yeah, 2 years, I think.
I mean, look at Twitch. How long's Twitch been around?
Long time.
And like they still have bugs.
2010?
They still have things that people complain about. Yeah. It's all going to be polished. It all takes time.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of people using it, though.
My issue with Facebook is with my creator thing, they won't let me change my name. So I'm the official Orochimaru Facebook page. Like, Orochimaru from fucking Naruto? Like, I'm the biggest Orochimaru page on Facebook to this day. Since 2010, I'm the biggest Orochimaru page on Facebook.
That's sick. There you go.
But like, I want to be Nickyfries, and I cleared all the Orochimaru content on there. I cleared all of it. And they go, oh, now that you cleared everything, we'll review it again. They're like, nope, you're still Orochimaru. I'm like, my fucking logo is Nickyfries. Like,
weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they won't let me change it. So then when I stream, they're like, Orochimaru's streaming. And everyone's like, who's this Orochimaru guy? I'm like, well.
That's so weird.
I'm like, I don't even like snakes. I don't even like Orochimaru.
I created a group on there, and it was like, I couldn't even change the name on it. I remember making the group and then being like, okay, that's cool, it's done. I'm cool with that title for it or whatever. And then, like, the next day, Seaweed had mentioned something. She's like, no, it's inaccurate. Like, there's a typo here, and you didn't want to do that. You wanted to only have it for this stuff. And I was like, oh, shit. And same thing, I couldn't go back and change it for, like, 3 months on Facebook. And I was like, what the fuck? Someone looked it up, and they're like, yeah, lots of people complaining. It's something wrong with it. It's not updating the titles. It hasn't for months. People have just given up on it. And then, like, 2 days later, I was, like, just coming by that page randomly, and I was like, let's try it one more time. And then it did it. So I was like, oh, interesting.
And that was an issue with Mixer, too.
Typical reason, right? Typical thing.
Yeah, Mixer had a lot of issues that they just weren't addressing, and all the small issues were piling up. Like, remember Stream Teams? Like, remember, like, you couldn't create you couldn't put a logo for a Stream Team?
Yeah, you couldn't.
Like, why the fuck couldn't they fix that? That would take probably less than a day to fix.
Dude, I thought the exact same thing with that. I actually messaged them like 2 or 3 times about that because of Hot 100. I'm like, this needs to have a logo. People need to see the Hot 100.
And their support team,
this fucking place.
Their support team was really good. They had a really good support team. They would get back to you in minutes. If you had an issue with something, they would respond and be like, hi, this is so-and-so from Mixer. Like, it wasn't a robot. It was like, an actual person, they'd be like, what's your issue? And they'll be like, oh, we'll send it up to our dev team. Like, they're working on it. Like, but like they really weren't working on it. But the support team was great. Like if you had an issue with
their phones are decent.
Then they go back to their phone.
Yeah, straight up.
Because I remember like we had to block some people. Like we had to report, like there was people like dropping like the N-word in chat once, and I remember having to like report these people. And like I reported a Mixer, like the Mixer staff was like, yeah, hey, what's up? We saw those messages and we actually banned those accounts. I was like, oh, thank you. And that was like 5 minutes later after it happened.
Oh, wow.
I was like, well, okay, Mixer. I was like, I see you.
Shit, you said
they just said they didn't have any money.
But then they didn't ban their serial rapists on their platform. That's
that was the thing. It was really tough.
That's a whole other fucking rabbit hole.
You could say would have saved too many times in a Rocket League game and get banned for like 24 hours, and then you could completely show somebody your nipple and be like, oh, you're good.
Dude, I got on 2 or 3 different occasions, me and Seaweed actually got like reported for like malpractice and like our behavior and stuff like that. So somebody was like constantly falsely reporting us to their team. And we get like emails being like, for the next whatever it was, 72 hours or something like that, your channel's under review, and you will be having somebody come in and like watch your channel. So somebody was out there like trying to take us down. I remember like getting like snapshots in my inbox of people like, I'm in this other guy's Discord and they're all talking about UGN right now. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, is it good? And they're like, no. And then they sent me pictures. It was like, we're like on a blacklist. It's like, stay away from them. And then there was like, people in there, like actually in the full blown conversation in like the group, like in the, like not in like in a private group, like just right there in like their lobby being like, yeah, we're taking UGN down. We're going to take them down. We're going to take them down.
Was this like,
and you know what's funny is some of those people that put you on that blacklist were those serial rapists on Mixer that were a part of the issue. Like,
straight up. It was on Discord. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the stuff that I never really agreed with Mixer wasn't even on Mixer. It was the behaviors that was happening off of Mixer behind the scenes,
and Mixer not taking action on it.
Yeah, when everybody goes live, hey, it's easy to put on a smile and be like, "Hi, everybody, how you doing? Great to see you." But when you're in the Discord and you're there going like, "Hey, are you following me? Hey, do you have the auto host open? If you don't have the auto host on, get out of our Discord. In order to be in this Discord in this community, you have to have a tab open. You have to be a part of the host." And they'd be like, resumed. And if you didn't do it, they'd kick you out. It says right in the rules, like, this is why you're here, or get out. And so, there was like in the long, these people and they're rallying together, trying to get a group of people together to take down UGN.
I know I keep bringing it up, but like, do you remember the guy that was having the tab for tab thing, and he was offering people like 50 view tabs, but he was like, he was telling girls, he's like, send me naked pictures of you and I'll put you on my auto host list. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it ain't that serious, dog.
Dude, some of the funny shit happened though, man. Like I tell you, like at one point we had this one guy, he kept messaging me and he was like, listen, in order for you and I to be friends and for you and I to have a relationship, you need to be auto hosting me, have me followed, and like get me back, right? Literally word for word, that was his comments.
That's not a relationship,
dude. It was unbelievable. I like remember showing Seaweed, and she's like, "Who the fuck does this guy think he is? That he can tell you that in order for you to be friends with this guy, you have to be like fully supporting him on these levels." And then, like, I had a fallout with him because I was like, no, I'm not jumping through your fucking hoops. So I would tell him, I was like, yeah, man, cool. All right, I got you. And I, like, didn't like the guy, right? So he'd come back and he'd be like, yo, I noticed that you didn't have, like, a tab open for me. Hey, I didn't see you in my stream today. And so I let him alone for, like, a month. I was like, yeah, man, I got you. I don't get it. Weird. Yeah, tabs open. Weird. I don't got you. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That sounds like some of the people that were in fucking Hot 100 too. Some of them.
Yeah, because I was just sick and tired of his bullshit, right? And so this guy eventually, what he did is he was the one who kind of like put all that together and was like, "We're going to take down UGN," and it was only because one of the guys who had a fallout with me in the very beginning stumbled across this dude, and they had something in common. They both didn't like UGN. This guy didn't like that I didn't suck his dick and like kiss his ass all the time. He didn't like that. He wanted me to obviously bow down to him, and I was like, no, I'm good. And so he stumbled across another guy that had a fallout with one of our other members, actually one of my coaches. And so together they were like, we're going to take down UGN.
This sounds like when the Legion of Doom was created.
I know, right? Yeah, it's hilarious.
Batman beats the shit up out of some, like, the Joker in an alley, and the Joker's sitting there crying, and then, like, Bane walks by, and it's like, Hey, do you know Batman? Yeah, I know him. Hey, you want to team up? Like,
So with these two dudes, one of them ended up getting his channel completely shut down because he couldn't like just pay attention to the copyright things. He just kept screwing up his channel with copyright stuff. So eventually they shut his channel down. He had like 6,000 followers or something on Mixer or something. It was crazy, and I was like, oh my god, dude, you just lost like everything because you couldn't like just like.
oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I'm not going to drop. We'll say after. We'll say after.
And I was like, what an idiot. And I was like, why would you do that? And then the other guy, without any knowledge or communication or nothing, in my Discord, somebody came to me out of full confidence and was like, Zeno, I got to talk to you about something. And I was like, hey, what's going on? And this person is like a really positive person. And so I was like, this is really odd that she would want to talk to me. So I was like, what's going on? So she private inboxes me. She's like, I need to show you some photos of somebody in your community right now who's currently in your Discord and somebody who I've seen come into your Mixer channel all the time and has been like bossing you around, like ordering you and telling you that like you need to support him and his community. And if you do this for my community, I'll do this for your community. Like, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. You know, I got your back. You know, my fam's got you, bro. She's like, I see him in there, like, working his shit on you. And I see you in your channel being like, cool, bro. That's nice, bro. Okay, man, cool. We'll chat. And she's like, I want you to know, like, don't be an idiot. Don't affiliate with this guy. And so I was like, well, who is it? And she, like, sent me. And it was so funny. I was like, oh, man. I've had a follow with that guy, like, 15 times already. And I was like, what do you got on him? And she sent me, like, all these pictures, everything, him, like, sexually harassing her in her inbox, being like, hey, baby, hook me up, baby. Like, and she was, like, a mod for him and everything. Like, shit went south. So she went on Twitter and, like, publicly roasted this dude.
I know exactly. Yep.
Yeah, dude.
I helped her out with that as well.
Beautiful. Yep. That's the beautiful part about this industry is like I don't have to do shit. I can just sit here and be like, yeah, man, cool. I got you, man. For sure, bro. Sounds good, man.
Yo, can we name drop that guy? Can we name drop that guy?
No, I don't want to name drop it. The thing is, the thing is, like, I don't need to go out of my way to be like aggressive and shit like that. Like, these guys function like this on a daily basis, on and off my channel, with or without Eugene's name in their mouth. They're still over there acting like a fool. So it doesn't matter. It's a matter of time before they shoot themselves in the foot. So I think that's like the best way to go about this industry is like just have class. Like, don't go after everybody. Just smile and nod. Because most of these people will like stumble across like somebody that'll put an end to them. And so far I've watched them just do it to themselves. So it's been awesome.
And the big thing too is a lot of these guys are children. Yeah. Like, a lot of these people are actual kids, and they just don't understand. Like,
yeah, the one guy who had me on a blacklist in his Discord. So where these two guys were rallying together to like take down UGN, they were in another guy's Discord who was a bigger streamer than the two of them put together. So they were like all friends, and so these two toxic guys go to this other guy's community who doesn't support me at all. In the very beginning, came in my channel, asked me every day, how do I stream? How do I get overlays? How do I get graphics? How did you do that? How did you get this? Why does your stream look good? And I like coach this guy, be like, yeah, man, I do this. Yeah, man, I use this. Yeah, these are my settings. Yeah, I go here. And I wasn't the kind of streamer to like hold that information to myself. So I was like totally helped him. I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, I did some of this myself. And yeah, I went to school for this. So I was able to make these banners myself. And this guy was totally happy to be like, yes. Well, eventually he like stops coming in my channel. And I find out he's got a problem with me all of a sudden. So these two guys end up in his Discord, and they try to use his large community to rally against us. What ended up happening? Well, this guy, this bigger streamer than us, he had a little bit larger numbers than us, got partnered before us, ended up being on his high horse. He was just like thinking he was like ahead of his game and like a leader in the industry, and had all his community kissing his ass, and built up this like this facade that he was like, I'm a god, bow down to me. Some of his comments and posts and stuff that he did on Twitter was a little embarrassing. It was if it like, I come first, you come second type stuff. And I was like, what is this guy doing? Like, he's having a mental breakdown. Like, who goes on there and even says that? Like, that's ridiculous.
Was manic.
And that guy ended up going on Twitter and saying something so controversial that they actually ended up reaching out to him and yanked his partnership from him about a month before Mixer closed down, and Facebook would have offered him a partnership.
Wow.
So, again, self-inflicted, right? So again, the third one in a row that I haven't had to really do shit with. That's just kind of taking themselves out of the game.
Don't you love it? That's kind of the same thing we do at work too.
It's karma, baby. It's karma. Yeah. But what else was it going to do? I have seaweed involved, so I'm not going to go after these people. I'm not aggressive.
Yeah, if you have to worry about somebody else, it's right there next to you.
Yeah, man. It's just like, it's not worth my time. So I've been kind of lucky that things have worked out like that, but I think building a good community of like guys like yourselves and stuff like that make a big difference, right? Because these other guys get these other guys
you have a bad day and like you just like go to Seaweed and be like, well, I had a bad day, come cuddle me.
That's true, man.
Hug me, I love you.
You said something mean in chat.
It's so funny with two people. It's like a little bit of a different dynamic because there'd be people that would like straight up ghost me and like talk shit to me and like. Dude, I get like crazy inbox messages. Like I could go on for days.
I think because of your dynamic.
Seaweed would get nothing. Seaweed would get the same people messaging her and be like, "Have a great day, Seaweed. Love you." And she'd be like, "This guy fucking hates you," and he's like messaging your wife, like buttering me up. Do you think he's doing that on purpose? I was like, "What do you fucking think?" She's like, "Yeah, 100%, 100%." So, you know, it airs out people like that pretty easy too. You're like, what a sleazeball.
That's what I'm saying. Like Seaweed has that like softness about her. Like people are just like nicer around her.
Yeah, it's true.
It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Like people are just like anyone that would be an asshole in general are just nicer around when Seaweed's around.
That's good news because that takes the aggression out of my channels a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like a filter system in itself, I guess.
Seaweed's a filter.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
That's like the last thing I kind of want to bring up with you because there's a difference between having a channel that's meant for kids and having a channel that appeals to kids.
Right.
And
yeah, that's true.
I think we were talking about this a little bit the other day too, Zeno. Like your channel can be appealing to kids and kids could be welcome in your channel, but it doesn't mean that your content is for them.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of when you see we were on Mixer, we used to do like Saturday morning cartoon streams. So like we get up on Saturday morning and we play like SpongeBob SquarePants, or we play like Minecraft. We play like cartoony type games. We'd like be in our pajamas and like eat cereal on stream and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and we kind of did that for a little while, and we got denied on Mixer twice for a partnership when we were playing, you know, I guess more serious games. I was playing Call of Duty with the guys and all that kind of stuff. I was playing with Stevo. I was playing with all you guys. Played a lot of Call of Duty. We did a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of Rocket League and stuff. But when I applied for my partnership, I noticed that when I did that, maybe the people that were on the Mixer side of things, that were, because they come into your channel, they watch your channel for X amount of days, they kind of do their tallies, and then they tell you yes or no. I would always get denied, and the things I always got back was like engagement and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't get it. Like I'm pretty engaged with the guys I'm playing with, and I'm doing co-streams. I've got like guys in my channel, like we're chatting. I got like 5 guys all in headsets right now. We're all chatting. Like, well, how is this not engaging? But I was able to talk to somebody at Mixer, and they said, okay, let me clarify kind of what that means. So they said, don't do co-streams very often. Do co-streams like once a week, maybe even 2 times a month. Co-streams aren't something that we're looking for. And I said, oh, interesting. They said, that's not what we want for engagement. They said the party chat is good, but the party chat is not good, because it's good that people can see that you have friends and that you play with people, but the chat really gets left out of it, like the people watching, because
they want you to stay engaged with the chat and not everybody. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So they were like, okay, so we may find a little adjustments. When we finally found our hotspot, it was playing Fortnite with full open lobbies with no chat, and it was at that point that people couldn't just jump into an Xbox party chat and be like, hey, good morning, guys, how you doing? And just like start chatting with us. Like our chats were off, they were private, they were locked. And anybody that wanted to talk to us had to talk to us through the text. They had to like go into the channel and like type messages out. And when we started directing things towards that, the channel was booming because the chat was moving like crazy, because people couldn't just say what they wanted whenever they wanted and be like, hey, Zeno, like, go over here. Hey, Zeno, what are you doing? Hey, Zeno, hey, Seaweed, how was your weekend? And like butt in on conversations or cut us off from the content we're trying to deliver. So when you really lock it down, then all of a sudden the Mixer people were kind of like, yes, that's kind of what we need, because this is actually how a stream is supposed to be. This is the right mentality. You're delivering content. People are here to watch you. So when you do other things thinking that you're making it more exciting, it's actually taking away from what we believe to be what streaming should look like and stuff like that. Yeah. So now that we're on Facebook and stuff like that, we kind of want to be like, yeah, listen, we don't want to be just for kids, because we just don't want to be for kids. Honestly, when you look at our insights and our analytics, our demographic is like from 25 to 37, I think, or 25 to 38 or something. Mm-hmm. So it's like there is no kids in our insights at all. But I think having that feeling of being like colorful and animated, kind of cartoony, with two hosts that are lighthearted and really positive and stuff like that does open up for a guy who's in his 30s to call his kid over and be like, yo, check this out. And then his kid might sit on his lap and be like, yo, I like this. This is really good. And he doesn't have to worry about us swearing or doing anything controversial. But at the same time, now the younger generation may stumble upon us. Me and Stevie honestly look at where we are 5 years down the road and 10 years down the road. So we're trying to build a relationship with a younger demographic, which you can see from analytics isn't really there. But, we have a lot of buddies that have kids that are all like, at this point, I'm 36. So my buddies have kids that are like 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's like the perfect demographic to be like, go play Xeno, or go play Fortnite with Xeno, go play Call of Duty with Xenogears. And it's going to be like a safe place for them. But at the same time, like, I'm still playing Call of Duty and shit. And I'm still like, motherfuckers, right? Like, I'm still swearing on there every now and then. I'm allowed to do whatever I want. It's my goddamn channel. But, yeah, I think we try to just keep it available for everybody. I've seen too many people limit themselves from a branding and marketing perspective when they cater to just like hardcore gamers, hardcore Call of Duty people, that kind of thing. But I could be wrong. There's big groups.
No, you're 100% right, Zeno. You nailed it on the head.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Since you guys have been talking about not pertaining to kids or anything, is there like, I don't know if this is a sore subject or anything, but do you guys plan on having kids?
I don't really know, to be honest with you, because we both work in the school system, right? So, and we both work with kids. Like, you see, I was at an elementary school last year. I'm at a high school this year. I've worked in my 17 years doing what I'm doing. I've worked everywhere from grade 1 to grade 12. Okay. So I've kind of had my hands on, kids across the board of all different age demographics, including grade 1, which is like little kids. I have tons of nieces. I have a nephew who is great, and a little sister who my mom had my little sister when I was older, right? So there's actually how old is my sister? She's in her 20s. I think there's like a 12 or 13 year gap between me and my sister. Okay. So I would have been like 13, 14 years old when I had a little sister who was a baby and really had my hands on helping raise my little sister and being there. My two older sisters are a bit older than me even, and so they had moved out, and so I was the oldest kid and had a little sister at home and was kind of the older sibling for a while. I think when I started my career working with kids, I was 19. So I've just graduated high school. I'd walked right out of high school and walked right into the public school board and was the youngest employee in that school district. Oh, wow. So I never had a chance to like do the spring break thing and be like, I'm free, and just like have a couple years off and like date some girls. And like, no, I kind of went right from high school right into my career. Never took any time off. I also went to university for 3 years too, studying to be a teacher, and then I stopped because my band was doing stuff. And when that all settled, then I went right back to my career again in the school board. So I don't know, man. I've never had like a day off without kids. So
and how long have you been with Seaweed for?
7 years.
7 years.
Okay.
7 years, yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time. Time goes by fast though, man. Like we had made a big move to Vancouver in that time. That was kind of like our baby at that point. It was like that took up all of our money and time, and it's a big move. We moved.
She kind of met you through the band, didn't she? Yeah.
Well, she was there in the very beginning. I was still gigging and stuff like that. So she came and like would run the merch booth and like hang out with the band. The band wives is what we called them because all the guys had wives and girlfriends.
Like a groupie.
Yeah, so the girls would like all be at a table and like have drinks and be chilling out, ordering food and hanging out for the night, and then we'd be backstage, like kind of getting our instruments ready and hanging out with other bands and stuff like that. And then after we'd perform, we'd go sit at the booth with the girls and like order food. So it was chill, man. Yeah, it's good time.
We gotta have like, Seaweed on. we gotta get her on and expose you, share some stories,
Yeah, for sure, dude. She has stories, believe me. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some.
Yeah, I got knocked out one night. We went to a concert. My buddy like headbutted me in the face at a metal concert, like straight up, like turned. I was like, whack, right in my face. That like actually knocked me out straight up. Oh my god! I was like unconscious. Wow. This is just after we performed at one of our own shows. We went into the crowd to like cheer on the other band because they were dope. They were stellar. And my drummer like straight up headbutted me, like knocked me unconscious. That's like awesome. Yeah, crazy shit. Yeah, band life, man. Yeah.
Are you still you're doing solo stuff, or are you in a band still?
I still play guitar. Like I have a guitar in my living room here.
Yeah, because I know you're still doing music. So
yeah, I don't know,
man. Is it classified as broken up, or is it just breaking time, like break time?
It's so funny, man, because I love those guys, man. Like those guys back home are my brothers. Like we all grew up in the same town together. They're not just like hired dudes or dudes I found in like a classified like We actually grew up and went to high school together. I know these guys. After years and years and years of being friends, we decided, let's do the band thing. We'd all been in different projects. Some of the guys were in a band called Grimehouse, and Grimehouse was like a 3-man rap group, and they were stellar. They'd open for Obi Trice, did some stuff with Mad Child, Evil Ebenezer, Snack the Ripper, Mercules. So they had their hands on some pretty cool stuff.
So
and I was playing
established. Yeah.
Yeah, they were killing it. And then I was in a metal band, and it was doing really well. But
what was your band called?
I was actually in a band called This Past September with my buddy Mitch and a couple of my homies. And Mitch was the lead singer. I did guitar and screamo, that kind of stuff. I can see metal. There's some songs that were definitely heavier than shit. But Mitch wrote some like really nice music too that we'd perform. And we'd done some radio contests, and we were really out there. We were killing it. When that kind of folded up, I was kind of a gun for hire. And the guys in Grimehouse were like, yo, listen, this is kind of what we got going on. We were 3 men, we rap. One of the rappers is a DJ, and his name's Q82. And Q82 is going to we want to add some real instruments into this shit. And I was like, okay, what are you thinking? They're like, maybe for a track, one song, we want to get some guitar licks on there. So could you come? He lays down a boom, doom, 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 right? And you could be like, wow, and do some over top of it, right? Just do something with it. And I was like, sure, let's check it out. So I went to one of their jam sessions or practice sessions, brought my guitar and my amp, and they had their all set up there, and they performed for me. And I was like, holy fuck, dude, these guys are on a whole nother level. They're so fucking good. And I was like, all right. So I listened to 5 songs or whatever. I think this one song, I kind of have an idea in my head already because I have a song that's kind of hip hop, kind of poppy anyway. So let's just try some of this shit out. And it was a banger, man. It was really cool. And so we I had plans to go to one of their shows and bring my guitar up on stage and just be on this one song with them. But it never made it to that. We actually ended up collaborating on a full album together. It was crazy. Yeah, and then I had a buddy that was a drummer, and this guy's my tattoo artist. I gotta say, my boy Jay Skelly is dude, this guy's Hollywood. I love Jay. He's straight up, this guy deserves to live in freaking West Compton or something. This guy needs to be in LA. He's a rad dude, tattooed from head to toe. He's a baller. And this guy can drum like Travis Barker. I tell you, he's sick, dude. And so I was like, yo, let's get my boy Jay in here. Do you want him on the drums so then the DJ can pull some of the drum tracks off now too and focus on just playing keys and scratching turntables type stuff, scratching records. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. So Jay called him up. I was like, come on, man, come to a jam session. These guys are rappers and shit. And this guy's he's a well-established musician. He can pick up a guitar and play Lamb of God and shit, right? So this guy's could do anything. He was like, all right, so you want me to play drums with this rap group? He's like, cool, kind of feel it. I like Korn. I like that kind of shit. I did Limp Bizkit and stuff, and we were both Limp Bizkit guys, so we were like, okay, let's go check it out. So then Jay shows up, and it's killer, dude. Killer. So he's just hitting that kick and that snare, and it's just filling that room with that real bass, that drum kick bass. Even the rappers were like, holy fuck, this is David Letterman or something. We got a full live band here behind us while we perform. This is killer. So eventually we emerged with Grimehouse, and I did a tour with Mad Child. We did the Made. Mad Child was on tour. His album was called Made. He was with Evil Ebenezer and Snack the Ripper, and they came through and we did some shows with them. It was pretty killer, man. We had a stellar run, to be honest with you. We opened up for a couple other bands that were coming through from California that came through Canada and did a cross-Canada tour. And they went back to the States and ramped us all up. These guys had albums made. It was pretty cool, man. I'm not going to lie to stay. So anyways, one day we had a super group. We're kind of like Hollywood Undead. We got tons of rappers. At this point we had a bass player now.
Every single montage I used to create for Call of Duty back in the day had a Hollywood Undead song.
Hell yeah, bro. We love Hollywood Undead.
We were in the fan club. We were in the
idols for us at one point.
Undead!
They're a super group.
He's got a weenie that he likes to show.
Hell yeah. We call it a super group because there's so many dudes in the band, right? It's 6 guys. It was kind of slip shit, right? So we were like, okay, let's just try this out. After having, I think there was 7 of us in total at one point, we were like, all right, we got to fall out because one of the guys in the band was having some tough time with alcoholism. Shit went really bad, right? So there was it was your typical band. There was
crazy shit, as does every band.
Crazy shit going on. And we separated. These guys were like, listen, it's just too much maybe now. We just want to go back to rapping and writing albums. We have so much more fun when we're just smoking and toking and drinking and 3 of us just hanging out. We're just writing shit.
I mean, you could always be a studio band as well. versus going on tour or trying to just do shows and stuff. Like they're like I don't think Steely Dan toured for like 30 years. They were just producing music. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's a good way to do it, man. Because when you become a studio musician, like you can get hired for anything, and like it's sustainable work. Like you make good money doing that, right? So I don't know if I'm good enough to be a studio musician. I'm pretty chunky on the guitar. I'm more of one of those guys that likes to throw my guitar around stage a little bit, have some fun, run around, jump up in the crowd. So I'm kind of like a choppy guitar player. I like to perform a lot. Like when I'm on stage,
it's about the performance more than the actual
legs wide, real down low, chunky guitar hanging to the floor. Like I really like Stained when I was back in the day, the Stained guitarist.
I like wearing those tight pants where you could see the outline of his.
Fuck yeah. I like Figure 11, and I like the guitar player from Figure 11. There's that like real poppy. I like West Borland, so I try to perform on that level. I wore makeup and stuff, and it was fun, man. It was a good time. But when Grimehouse split up, that's when I joined Three Head Cobra, and Three Head Cobra was my band that we kicked fucking ass. We had some good shit. It was gnarly. Did some stuff at the radio stations and got out there. It was fun. So that's the guys that I still link up with now. I wouldn't say our band is done. I've been in Vancouver for 7 years. We haven't gigged or anything in all of that time. But I still talk to them every day. We still talk about writing music all the time. So I'm just waiting to see when that day is.
One day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Zeno,
the internet's awesome for that. So.
I don't want to cut you off, but
yeah,
I know you have a lot of things to do. I know Steve has some things to do as well. I have work in the morning.
We need to have Zeno back.
Yeah, we're gonna have you back for sure.
Dude, I appreciate you guys having me. That's why I had to bail the first time. We got a nasty phone call, some news from family, so we had to unfortunately bail. But
we understand.
You're good. I was just joking in the beginning about giving you a hard time. I do that to everybody.
Oh, you gotta get Seaweed on here next time too. You guys gotta drill her, ask her some questions.
Yeah, I mean, this is easily the longest pod we recorded. So Zeno,
this might be a two-parter.
Tell the people where they could find you.
Hell yeah, bro! Absolutely, you guys send me the clip or whatever, or the link to the clip, and I'll promote it for you guys.
No, but I mean, tell the people right now where they could find you.
Where are you at?
Oh, you want me to plug? Oh,
yeah, plug. This is, dude. We give everyone ample plug time,
That's super nice of you. All right, guys, you want to check out Unlocks Gaming Network. We're a variety gaming channel from Vancouver, Canada. 2 hosts, Zeno and Seaweed. You guys can find us at Unlocks Gaming Network on Instagram, Unlocks Gaming on Twitter, and you can watch our live streams at facebook.com/Unlocks Gaming Network. And don't forget, become a subscriber. Please like our channel. Please share our content. And please help us achieve our goal of becoming full-time streamers and content creators, because we work super fucking hard for you.
And all their links are going to be in the description below if you want to check them out. And if you guys want them on, make sure you guys drop a like and a comment.
Right on. I appreciate you guys.
Yep. Thanks everyone for watching.
Support these boys, man. Give these boys some love. This is a great podcast. I know these guys a long time. All of their personal channels and all their personal content is extraordinary. So you guys make sure you support these guys' this podcast. Let's go.
Yeah, we need the support since Steve needs the money to fund his divorce lawyer.
He's going to be homeless. He's going to be homeless.
Bye, everyone.
I hate you. I hate Nikki, not you.